Hey there! I am Nicholas, and in this video, you will know the writer of the decade. The writer who walks readers through a reflective and intimate journey, visiting the past, the present, and the potential of the self. Yes, she is RUPI KAUR. RUPI is an Indian-born Canadian poet, illustrator, and an author. Born into Sikh family in heritage place called Punjab, India, on October 4, 1992. RUPI with her family immigrated to Canada when she was 4 years of age. Her father worked as a truck driver and her family eventually settled in Brampton, Canada. Her passion in drawing and painting is a precious gift from her mother. She continued her art into her teens, but at the age of 17, she shifted her focus into writing and performing. She attended at Turner Fenton Secondary School before studying rhetoric and professional writing at the University of Waterloo. Kaur rose to fame on Instagram and Tumblr through partaking her short visual poetry. She received pervasive popularity after the publication of her debut book Milk and Honey in 2014, which went on to vend over 3 million copies worldwide and spent more than a year on the New York Times bestseller list. In 2017, Kaur launched her second book, The Sun and Her Flowers, which led her to be one of the names on the BBC's 100 Women in 2017. Her work entails relationships, the immigrant experience, and the sexual trauma, and is considered to be at the forefront of Insta poetry. In 2019, The Republic named Kaur as the writer of the decade. Kaur's third poetry collection, Homebody, was released on November 17, 2020. Kaur draws inspiration from Sikh scriptures. The experience of learning English upon moving to Canada has influenced her writing style. She is also influenced by her heritage. Part of her signature writing style includes a complete lack of capital letters and the use of just one form of punctuation, and that is period. Both of these techniques are features of Punjabi, which she has imported into her English writing as a way of tracing back to the place and culture of her origin. Kaur writes in Punjabi style with simple illustrations to honor her culture and heritage and to elevate the impacts of her words. Let us take a look into her 3 books. These books are anthologies of poems with attached illustrations. The first book is Milk and Honey in 2014, second is The Sun and Her Flowers in 2017, and the third one is The Homebody this 2020. Milk and Honey is a collection of poetry and prose pertaining to survival, about the experience of ferocity, abuse, love, loss, and femininity. It has 4 chapters, and each chapter serves as a different purpose, deals with a different pain, heals a different heartache. Milk and Honey takes readers through a journey of bitterness and moments of sweetness. Because if you are willing to find sweetness into every bitterness, you are given the chance to look into. The second book of RUPI KAUR is titled The Sun and Her Flowers. From RUPI KAUR, the #1 New York Times best-selling author of Milk and Honey, comes her long-awaited second collection of poetry, a vibrant and transcendent journey about growth and healing, ancestry and honoring one's roots, expatriation, and rising up to find home within yourself. Divided into 5 chapters and illustrated by Kaur, The Sun and Her Flowers is a journey of wilting, falling, rooting, rising, and blooming, a celebration of love, in all its forms. The third and her latest book is Homebody. RUPI KAUR constantly embraces growth, and in Homebody, she walks readers through a reflective and intimate journey, visiting the past, the present, and the potential of the self. Homebody is a collection of raw, honest conversations with oneself, reminding readers to fill up in love, acceptance, community, family, and embrace change. The content is divided into 4 sections: mind, heart, rest, and awake. Illustrated by the author, themes of nature and nurture, light and dark, rest here. This is the third book, Homebody. Undeniably, her style is a reflection of her worldview. Some of the common themes on which she mostly writes are abuse, love, femininity, heartbreak, identity, and self-care. The range of emotions and sentiments are felt, like sadness, anger, loss, grief, pride, guilt, fear, nervousness, shame, joy, and surprise. She is a manifestation of a person who never forgets her culture and heritage. From a simple girl who is from Punjabi and now a remarkable Indian-born Canadian poet, RUPI KAUR will surely weave more words, forming concepts encrypted in her unique poetry. At this point, I will be sharing to you some of my favorite poems from her books. And the first one is from Milk and Honey, and here it goes. What terrifies me most is how we foam at the mouth with envy, when others succeed but sigh in relief, when they are failing or struggle to celebrate each other is what's proven most difficult in being human. Second is from The Sun and Her Flowers, and here it goes. This is the recipe of life, said my mother, as she held me in her arms as I wept. Think of those flowers you plant. In the garden each year, they will teach you that people too must wilt, fall, root, rise, in order to bloom. Third is from her latest book, Homebody, and here it goes. I dive into the well of my body and end up in another world. Everything I need already exists in me. There's no need to look anywhere else. Home.